So Riley Gaines, the swimmer that we spoke about before that was attacked at a Turning Point USA event, had another Turning Point USA event. And at this event, at this college in Pittsburgh, she was speaking about the biological differences between men and women, of course, because she competed against the trans swimmer Leah Thomas and tied with that individual. And now she's going around doing college campus tours and that shit like that. And apparently, a Pittsburgh professor is speaking to her, and he denies the reality of differences between male and female bones in anthropological studies. Let's look at it.
So if you were to dig up a human, two humans, in 100 years from now, both man and woman, could you tell the difference? Strictly off of bones?
No, because it's a migrating.
They're laughing at him because he's wrong. Now, saying that, here's the thing, right? Saying that, yes, in some situations, you may not be able to completely tell the difference between a male and a female set of bones, depending upon which bones you have available. Some bones may not be available. The bones you need to be able to accurately tell the difference may not be available. Therefore, you may not be able to tell. That right there would have been a good answer. But to say there is no way to tell without specifying and saying, hey, look, if certain bones are not available, I, as an anthropologist, could not give you an accurate response. But to sit there and say there is no difference is just absolutely ridiculous. Or there's no way to tell is just so wrong. We know that's not true. It's just not possible. After all the studies we've done on all of these Neolithic groups of humans, you mean to tell me that all of that was bullshit? I just don't believe that. I just don't believe it.
I'm not sure want to be laughed at if I'm the expert in the room. Have any of you been to archaeological sites? Have any of you studied biological anthropology? I'm just saying. I've got over 150 years of data. I'm just curious as to why I'm being laughed at.
Believe it or not, I have put a lot of research into this because I'm not.
Why is this even, why are we having this discussion? Have we reached a point of just insanity in our culture and in our society where we truly, this is really overdoing it, right? A USA shirt with the flag. I really didn't even realize. I'm overdoing it, bro. Let me stop. Let me hide that shit. Y'all didn't see that. Don't say none. But goddamn, ain't it crazy the point that we've reached in our society where we're arguing over whether there are demonstrable differences between male and female bones? This is the kind of discussion we're having right now. This is what we're talking about. This is where we are in society. This is just sad. This is just unbelievably sad. It's pathetic that this is the stage that we're currently in as a society, to where we really believe in our minds that this is an argument or a discussion. And when that guy said, I have a PhD, and people were cheering in the crowd, that doesn't mean anything, as we can clearly see. The colleges in our country are overrun by lunatics, insane people, crazy. The crazies have come out to play, and some of them will acquire PhDs in their lifetime. It is completely not true to sit there and say that there's no demonstrable difference. Trying to sit there and say, well, you can't always tell, is not the same as you can't tell. It's not the same. So this is we've reached a point in our society where we're living in delusion land. We're living in la la land. It's absolutely sick that we have professors who claim to have PhDs in anthropology telling people that you can't tell the difference between a male or a female set of bones. It's just not true. Can you always tell? No. Sometimes the bones that you need to be able to tell aren't always available. But there are also other ways with certain bones to tell. Let's look at what the research says. Let's look at what the research says in terms of how to tell the difference between male and female bones. The Smithsonian, right? Wasn't there a movie about the Smithsonian? So we're gonna go with that because automatic. Okay, we're gonna roll with that. How do investigators and scientists tell if a bone or skeleton belongs to a man or a woman? The clues lie in the bones themselves. A skeleton's overall size and sturdiness give some clues. Within the same population, males tend to have larger and more robust bones and joint surfaces, and more bone development and muscle attachment sites. However, the pelvis is the best sex-related skeletal indicator because of the distinct features adapted to childbearing. The skull also has some features that can indicate sex, though slightly less reliably. So the differences between a male and female pelvis are compared below. The male's pelvis is narrower and heart-shaped. The female pelvis is open and circular. The male sciatic notch is narrower. The female's is broader. The pubic bones. Male narrower subpubic angle where the two bones meet. Female wider subpubic angle where the two bones meet. Hip bones. Female more outwardly flared. So it's like, why are we having it? Why is this even a debate? What's going on? Look, I'm liberal. I'm a left-wing guy. It may not seem like it because whenever you have an American flag, people think you're like this like Trump supporter or some like hardcore conservative. I'm a liberal guy, but it's not helping our society when we start denying reality. Who do we serve? Who do we help when we start to deny reality? Help me understand. Help me understand. Why are we denying the realities of the world that we live in? If we couldn't tell the difference between men and women with bones, how the fuck do we know the difference between Neanderthals and humans? How? How do we know the difference between Neanderthals and humans if we can't even tell the difference between men and women with bones? How? How do we know that different subspecies of our species, how do we know that these things even existed if we can't tell the difference between men and women, modern men and women? How? That pretty much negates almost all of the documentaries I've seen. That negates everything. I feel like I've been lied to. But we all know the truth. This anthropologist talking to Riley Gaines is full of shit. And our society is devolving into delusion. I don't want a world where trans people aren't taken seriously and treated fairly because they're psychotic, crazy people who refuse to acknowledge the differences between men and women. Because if we can't acknowledge reality and come together and meet somewhere in the middle, no one wins. And especially not trans people. So let's please find a reality where, let's try to find a reality where we can coexist while also embracing and accepting reality for what it is. Could we possibly do that? Possibly. Maybe. I wonder. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.